Hey guys, welcome back to Whitty's Gear Reviews. Today, as you can see on the table, this was sent to me by Wurkkos, and we're going to go over their model TS26S. That's the light. They're considering this an EDC light, EDC Flashlight. We'll kind of get into it here. I've already opened it just to make sure it was fully charged. I did take the directions out so I could look at the functions prior to making the video. So we're not sitting here pressing a bunch of buttons for no reason. And still, this light, it has a bunch of features, but it's not packed with all those different kind of LEDs and colors and lasers and all that stuff. It's more of a traditional EDC flashlight. So Wurkkos does sell a lot of lights that have all those features, but this is more of a traditional EDC flashlight. I know a lot of people have been saying, show me a good regular flashlight without all the EDC or without all the different lights and press a button 57 times, lasers popping out of it. They didn't want a laser light show. They wanted a standard, good, solid flashlight, and this is what I was able to get, and that's what this is, right? A solid flashlight. We'll get into some of the specs on this thing. Real quick, a lot of people are probably going to wonder about size. It's not super large, but yet it's still a traditional, more of an older style EDC light. It's not flat. It's not super slim. It is a good standard sized flashlight. This thing is 4 3/4 from tip to tail, and you're looking at 1.4 inches to the thickest point here at the top of the LED bezel. And I can tell you, whatever material this is, I kind of looked, I didn't see. I know that this is made out of aluminum, but this, I don't know if it's a paint or if it's like a rubberized coating, but I really like the way this light feels in the hand. And especially this design here, that is just, it's full of grip. I don't think you have to worry about anything when this light is wet. It just seems like no matter where you put your hands on it, it feels good in the hand, right? See all your LED emitters there. This is a magnetic base. We'll try it out like we do all our other lights. You know, this is a little heavier light than most. We'll do the tail test. It holds its own weight up, and it's heavy enough to where you can see it sliding down the magnet. It just went over this, so it lost grip. But shaking it, it's not just going to fall off. That's a pretty impressive magnet compared to some where you just do that and it falls right off, especially for as long as this light is. So a solid magnet on the tail cap there. As far as I know, you have a removable, if you wanted to, you could remove the belt clip, but it's just a one-directional belt clip. It's made so you have the LEDs down. It's not a super deep pocket. This allows you to maneuver. I usually like the clip opposite of the on and off button, so I'm going to rotate mine to the back once I get it tight. Alright, so we'll be close to tight there. I'm going to put it about right there and finish it off. So put that on the back side. That's how I would prefer to use a light. But really like the texture. What did we get in the box? We got the instructions. We got a standard lanyard. And I almost lost that, which is an extra O-ring. Your lanyard hole on this light is right here. So if you're one of those kind of people where you have to have a lanyard, you can do so. Slips through the back, gives you that lanyard. If not, a lot of people are going to be pocketing this, throwing it in the pocket of a backpack, fanny pack, whatever it is that you carry, sling bag. There's another one. So there are 2 O-rings, because this light comes apart in 2 different ways. You can take it apart here, exposes an O-ring and lets your battery out, or tail cap. your other O-ring, and your battery. While we're in there, let's go ahead and look at the workhorse to this light. That is your Wurkkos logoed battery, 21700 lithium ion, 3.6 volt, 5000 milliamp battery, rechargeable, right? The good thing about this light, seeing that it has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, I don't know how fully charged we are, and that's another good thing, guys. That is a 30-inch cable. Most all these lights come with like a little 6 or 8-inch cable. This is actually a decent sized cable. A lot of lights come with this little guy, right? All of that's in camera. You can't see the end of the light, or the end of the cable, even when we double it over. So let's go 4, and you get the hint. Pretty long charging cable, guys, for a flashlight. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our little USB charging port, USB-C. If you had a USB-C to USB-C, you can actually use this flashlight to top off a cell phone if you were in an emergency situation. But keep in mind, right? Which do you prefer to do? Do you drain your flashlight to use your phone, or do you keep the battery in your flashlight? You have to understand your situation before you take it in your own hands to drain the only light source you may have to charge a phone that may come on and tell you you have no signal. Keep that in mind, guys. But if you have to get a signal and you know it's in an area where you need signal, you just happen to have this in your backpack, your phone's dead, you break a leg, you need to call somebody, this should give you enough battery life to do that and still have some light left over to use as a beacon if needed. But this light is super bright. It's rechargeable. It's got several LEDs in there. It's got 8 versatile modes, and we're going to kind of go over those modes. So this light has an energy mode, or an energy saving mode, which would be like a moonlight mode. You're going to have low, medium, high, ultra bright, or max, or turbo mode, whatever you want to call it. It's going to have a strobe mode, a SOS, and a beacon mode. And it also is ramping, and I wanted to see something. So that's pretty bright. I'm going to turn it down to there, turn it off, turn it back on, and yes, it has memory. It came back on the setting that I had, just so I could show you in real time. That's on a very low mode, right? Very little throw. Turn it off. And we come right back on that mode. So I do like that. This is another key feature. When you turn the light on, that dot illuminates green. Now, when it's in green, that's 70%, 75% life. So if it doesn't come on at all, you're fully charged. But if that's green like you just saw it, that means the light's about 75% charged. If that's green and flashing, you're looking at about 50%. If it's red and flashing, that means charge me now, because your light's down to 25% of usable battery left. One thing I like about this light is the type of LEDs they use. These are 95 high CRI LEDs, which these things are going to give you just exceptional color accuracy when you're outside, right? I know that may not sound like a lot to some, but usually when you're outside with shadows and the type of light you cast, you kind of get a different, I guess, visualization on what you're looking at based on the light you're casting. This is going to give you more of a true definition light due to the type of LEDs that they use here. So it's just going to help you see those details just a little bit better, more like it was natural light as opposed to artificial light. This thing's going to have a 191 meter throw, and it's IP68 waterproof rated, and that'll allow you to take this light down to 2 meters for about 30 minutes. So that does give you that waterproof rating in case you drop it in a puddle, it's raining, snow, anything like that, you're covered. It's also drop tested up to 1 meter. And let's kind of go into what light modes. We're going to talk about the modes before we go through each and every one, right? I know a lot of people are going through and talking about it. Let's talk about what each mode is, the lumens it puts out, how long the light's going to be on with those lumens, and then we'll show you what each one is, right? So the first mode you're going to have is your eco mode, which is 3 lumens, and that'll last you 325 hours. 3 lumens at 325. You're going to have the next setting, which is your low, which is 30 lumens. That's going to get you 68 hours of runtime, continuous. Then you have your medium, which is 200 lumens. That's going to get you almost 13 hours of continuous use, continuous lighting. Then you're going to have your high. This is where the specs kind of change a little bit for the light. For the first hour on high, you're going to get 750 lumens. Then it's going to step down. So 1 hour at 750, then it's going to step down, most likely due to heat. It's going to step down to 350 lumens. You'll get that for 1 hour and 70 minutes. Then it's going to step down to 220 lumens, which is going to give you another hour and a half. In turbo mode, let's be honest, a lot of these lights aren't designed to go in what they're calling their turbo mode or their high. In turbo mode, you're looking at 3,100 lumens. 3,100 lumens for 2 minutes. Okay, so enough to maybe, if you see a light far, far off in the distance and you want to light them up and make sure they see you, you may do that with the 2 minutes of lighting. It's not going to kill your battery. A lot of people, I think that the light's going to be completely dead after the 2 minutes. No, it's going to step down because of the heat. So it's going to step, to protect itself. It's going to step down after 2 minutes to 750 lumens, and then you'll buy yourself another 2.5 hours. I know that's a lot of specs. I will leave a link in the description in Amazon. Go to the Amazon link, all of the stuff. That's one thing I like about Wurkkos, is they put all the specs laid out, good color photos, explains everything about the light, and it helps you make an informative decision before you pull the trigger on purchasing it. I'm just here to show you an up-close view and to give you a 3D look in real time and give you my thoughts. Because nobody, when you go on to an infomercial, is going to say, don't buy our product, it sucks, because what's going to happen? We're not going to buy it because they're telling us it sucks. Most companies are going to be like, best flashlight ever, won 1 million awards, everybody and their mama has one, you need to buy 2, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. That's why having the flashlight in my hands, I can tell you, well-made, solid flashlight, has great functions, and all you traditionalists out there that want a newer light at a really, really good price, that's quality made, big battery, you don't have to mess with them CR123 or whatever batteries that are, what, $8 a piece, right? And the good thing about this one is these batteries, they sell them all over Amazon. And if it ever goes bad, buy you another one. Your light's still good. And that's another thing about a lot of other flashlights out there. A lot of people love their flat flashlights, right? All the new flat flashlights that are out there on the market. There's several different manufacturers, but the battery's sealed. When that battery's dead, your light's gone. Yeah, great that you spent $100 on a flashlight that's going to last as long as his battery does. Maybe you can send those in and they'll take them apart and unsolder your battery that's in there and solder you a new one in, great. More power to you. But lights like these, you can change the battery yourself, which I think is very important. Because when you make a quality light, I would like to have it for a while. But these are affordable, so that's what make them real good as far as a light goes. Affordable, well made. Change the battery. Buy another spare right off the bat. Charge it. Put it in a waterproof container and carry it with you. Now you've doubled your firepower. And they're not that heavy, the extra batteries. I mean, throw it in a pocket, throw it in a backpack, throw it in a first aid kit, wherever you might want to keep it, chest rig, and have it with you if you're going out in the woods and you just doubled your life expectancy of your flashlight. Just a little tip that might help you out. Let's go ahead and look at the features. Now, you traditionalists out there, bear with me. It's going to be a little bit more than a press of a button. I apologize. I was trying to find y'all something that was pretty easy, simple to go over. This one's not bad depending what you want to get to. So let's look at the first feature. One click and you turn the light on, right? And it's going to come on the last mode we had. Now, if the light was off, we're going to turn it off. If the light was off and you hold this button, just long press, that's going to give you your moonlight mode, right? Your eco mode, which is going to get you 3 lumens for 325 hours. So you could be in this mode for quite a while. I'm going to turn the light off, or let's turn it back on. So now that we have it on, we're going to hold here, and this is what's going to be our ramping. This is how we're going to cycle. You're not pressing the button, guys. You're holding it down. Find the light you want. There you go on your medium, which your medium light's 200 lumens. Turn her off. Turn it back on. You're back in your medium mode. So if you know you're always going to use the medium 200 lumens, turn it off in that mode. When you turn it back on, it's right back there, right? Turn it off. Turn it back on. It remembers what you did. Now, anytime if you 2-click this light, that's going to get you into your brightest mode, which is your 3100 lumens. Now, if you triple-click this light, that's what's going to get you into all those special features, which you're not going to use very often. So, for a traditionalist, if you just want light, press a button, it comes on, and whatever you left it on, press a button again, it goes off. Press a button again, comes right back on. Press a button, it goes off. If you want to enter your strobe mode, SOS mode, or beacon mode, it's a simple 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. There's your strobe. 1, 2, 3. Give me some SOS. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm in my beacon. Which is like a life vest beacon. If you're in the water or anything like that, floating around, throw it in the beacon mode, and you've got that. Other than that, you have your 4-click lockout mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to flash. It's locked out. Well, I pressed it 4 times. All right, let me rewind. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're locked out. It's in your bag. You accidentally press a button. You see it flash. That's just letting you know I'm locked out. Press a button. I'm locked out. You can't do nothing that doesn't stay on. So if you have it in your backpack, you're not going to discharge your whole battery. Just hit it 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you seen it blink. Light came on and it's flashing now. What did we discuss about the green light? Green light's flashing. My flashlight's at 50% battery. That's it, guys. That is the Wurkkos TS26S EDC Flashlight. Solid light, guys. Really well made. Doesn't have all those fancy bells and whistles that confuses people with the RGB side lights and cop lights, UV lights, laser lights. You know, I mean, Next, they're going to have fireworks and sparklers coming out of the end. This is the no nonsense. I just want a flashlight that does have some features, but I don't want to have to press side buttons, top buttons, turn this, press back here, all the different things to get to the different features. Once you get this thing memorized, fairly simple. You want your light, press that, and that's going to give you the light mode that you like to use the most. If you want to change out of that, you just press a button and hold it. Wait for it to get on whatever you want, right? When it's off, if you press and hold, and you're going to get that little, be able to get my keys in my, in the door of my house in the middle of the night, front porch light ain't on. Let me get that little 3 lumens. That's plenty enough to do that, right? And that's just a press and a hold. Lights off, press hold. Boy, now I'm in that nice little 3 lumen mode. That's a great mode, guys, if you do a lot of camping. What happens when you camp and you have a flashlight in your tent? First thing you do with a lot of flashlights, we're going to not hold, we're going to do this, and now you're blinding everybody in your tent. You woke everybody up because you just hit them with 750 lumens. Now, just remember, grab your light, just hold it. You can't even see it on the table, but it's there. Now, I'm not really killing you too bad, hitting you with 3 lumens. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about the Wurkkos flashlight here. What are your thoughts? That was pretty cool. See how it rolled over my hand? I planned that. My hands are magnetic. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Cool light. Good enough features. Still too many features. Still too many button presses. I tried to make it as simple as possible. That as long as now that these have memory, you don't have to cycle through everything. If you like it on 750 lumens high mode, keep it on high, turn it off. It's always going to come on in your high mode. But if you decide you want to cycle out of high, press and hold the button. It's going to rotate through all the different lighting features and stop on the one you want. Turn your light off there, turn it back on, and it's going to give you that feature back. Long press, going to put you in moonlight. Then you get into, if you need to go, just remember it like this. Let's look at the beacon, the strobe, and the SOS as your emergency features. Your emergency features are going to be 3 clicks. So, 1, 2, 3. Strobe, 1, 2, 3. SOS, 1, 2, 3. Beacon. And I'm doing that. It looks like one press because I'm pressing it real fast. So it's not like you have to press, wait. 1, 2, 3, back to strobe. Boom. Turn my light off. I'm good to go. That's simple. Still with a magnetic base. Let's not forget that. Anyways, guys, that is the Wurkkos TS26S. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Click all those notifications. Leave us a comment. Let me know what you think. If you don't like the light, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you tell me I don't like it. I think it's got still too much stuff. But the reason I wanted to review this light is because people were asking for more of a basic traditional flashlight that had some features. And I think this kind of hits the mark. But let me know what you think. For the guys that asked me to do a light, also comment, do I need to find something a little bit less button pressing that's still quality and still gives you the nice aesthetics of a new type style light? Or will this work for you? Anyways, guys, still 3 ways to support the channel. Whitty's Gear, buy me a coffee, memberships. If you want to help out, that's a great way to do it. Also, like I said earlier, like, share, subscribe. Love y'all. See you on the next one.